Mam Rita, we often speak about the challenges of being a township entrepreneur, and thank you. And we certainly encounter them in this book. But in your experience, or from what you've observed, what are the positive aspects of building a business within the township space?
Let me start by positives of running a business in the township or being an entrepreneur in the township. The positive is that when you grow up in the township, the demands and the needs of the community, you like see it every day. So you don't have, it's not a case of, you don't spend as much time when it comes to trying to research. Because by the time you come up with a product, that you see.
You're so familiar with it.
Like in my case with Shisanyama. And the advantage is another advantage is what you've just read, what Utebuko was saying. You have a community, it's easy to build a community. When people support the business in the township and you are an entrepreneur, they also know you. And you know, they end up with that sort of like brand loyalty.
Of course.
They feel that they want to support you because they know you bring a difference. It's job creations for them.
Yes.
And particularly in a case where it's residential areas, because when you start a business in the township, it's normally informal. It takes time to get to a formal space. And it becomes an advantage not only for you, but for the community as well. Because when that business grows, they like know that, you know, it becomes a landmark. It becomes the talk of the town, if not the talk of the province.
Come on.
And then there are you know, a homes around where the business is. The value grows and all that. That becomes an advantage for them. But for you, as a business person and entrepreneur, you end up having a security that you're actually not paying for.
Protection fee.
Oh, yes. Yeah. But then maybe the disadvantage would come when you actually want to grow it now.
Okay.
The space becomes small.
Like physically, the actual
like
physical space.
because-
Yeah.
Yes, because there are many informal businesses around. That's number one. Number two, when it comes to infrastructure, because remember how townships were built when you talk about
Yes.
town planning.
Yes.
When it comes to infrastructure, it's not so good because it was built for residential, and when by default then you got into running a business and now you want to grow it. There are many processes that have to be followed. And with those processes, they end up costing you as an entrepreneur. And yes, the community look up to you as well. When there is no power, for example, they would know that there is a business there around the corner. She's not going to afford to be without electricity for 4 hours
For a
or
long
5
time.
hours.
Yes,
So
yes.
you end up being the one who like sort of carry that community around you. I'm not sure if I should call that a disadvantage because it becomes that kind of partnership. Over and above that, you know, well, again, if I say I don't want to call it a disadvantage.
Okay.
But you do find when you are in the township, times of closing your business also counts. Because, you know, like I say, the infrastructure and everything, you may want to close it at 10, you want to close it at 11. But
Things
then
like
you
noise complaints.
you look around, yes. The security factor as well. Even
Oh,
though we
that
say
as
it's
well.
all over, but also the
Yes.
security factor. It becomes that disadvantage. But
Gotcha.
other than that, it's more positives than
Than
negatives in our
negatives.
business in the township.
Absolutely. I got you, because I remember as well in your chapter, there was a point where you were struggling with getting a liquor license. It was just a whole lot of red tape. But yeah, you'll see it in the book.